Alright, I believe I am now fully live, so I'm just gonna go ahead and roll. Otherwise, hello there everyone, Daedric Diamond here, and welcome to more Run Tavern Quest. Now, I've been pushing this game off for a while, it's been a bit of a rough day, so I figured it'd be a bit of a relaxing one, and we would, kind of lighten the mood with a funny text game. Now, I can't remember what's going on here, but I know this got way more detailed. And I think if memory serves me best, we're supposed to help Steve win. Well, I'm feeling a little extra mean tonight, so we're gonna have to make Steve earn his victory. He will learn how to do things. He will learn, and he will like it. Otherwise, without further ado, I am sorry for not continuing this game at a constant rate. Long story made short, a lot of other things have come up, but I am thinking probably this week is going to be a primarily solo week. Maybe the exception of Wednesday. I'll do my usual Wednesday thing, but I am getting the feeling that Friday and Saturday will be solo days. However, that will also be due to the fact that Resident Evil Requiem will be coming out, so assuming I can get that to work, look forward to it. At least I hope and pray. I know I should be doing the other Resident Evil games, but I'll probably just do Requiem. At least check it out first, if just not outright beat it. I don't know. I'll wait and see what the situation turns out to be. But without further ado, we're just gonna enjoy a nice, quiet bit of text game and be humored.
You also take a moment and commend yourself for enabling verbose mode. You remind yourself of all the wonderful things you've learned. You are surely enthralled by the intricacies of feudal table making.
What does this mean? Is he trying to read our description? Or an error? Of course he is. In fact, he wants to know more about the tables. You know, under normal circumstances, this would be mean enough, but I'm feeling extra mean tonight. Alright, Steve, you want to be an ass and not learn about tables? Well, we're gonna do AI mode. You're gonna learn more.
The tables have captivated you so much that you lose the ability to speak. For 30 uninterrupted minutes, you continue to marvel at the minutiae of each individual table. You salivate at the table's impeccable proficiency in bearing aloft the many candelabra.
Okay. First of all, Stevie boy, admire the table. For all you know, it's made out of the most legendary craftsmanship of mahogany. Secondly, at least if you're going to type something, type it word for word when it's on the damn screen. Oh, simpleton. Yes, simpleton. That is a good insult for the player. And you know a game is punishing you when it's calling you names. Straight from the programmers, too, where it's just like, if you don't know that, well then, you have a lot to learn. Alright, Stevie boy. You damn simpleton.
Invalid command. Get candelabras. It appears that you have already forgotten the wonderful grammatical fact you previously recalled while describing the table's many candelabra. You affix this detail into the recesses of your subconscious so as not to reprise this humiliating travesty again later and appear a simpleton.
And that is why Stevie Boy will carry a thesaurus on him. Oh, there's some sort of... Oh, there's some sort of hardcore filter preventing me from seeing this command. What does it mean? You know, Steve, that's the response I would expect. You know, on one hand, I can see it from Stevie's perspective. On the flip, I'm feeling cruel tonight. So you know what? Don't worry about it.
Presumably, this is some sort of an ineffective and rather insipid retort. If you are insisting that the correct plural form of candelabrum is of dubious significance, you might instead suggest that proper usage of a word is determined by consensus amongst those who use it, and regardless of the word's etymology, in recent times candelabras has actually been favoured by the majority. Regardless, you fail to persuade your own grammatical morality, and the quandary still remains. Were you seeking to acquire simply one candelabrum, or a plural amount of candelabra?
Well, now Steve has messed everything up. Alright, what did he do? What did he do this time? How can I punish him hard?
You mentally resolve to get candelabra, but then this resolution introduces additional perplexity. You wonder, am I adopting the admittedly antiquated though proper plural form, or am I stubbornly restating my initial assertion and attempting to procure one singular object?
Well, at least it's a now more proper item. You know, what if he doesn't want the table anymore? What if he just wants the candlestick? Alright, anyways. Candelabra. Now I wish I could go up and reread. Is there a way I can do that? No, alright. Well, you know what? Brutality. 1. You're getting educated.
You venture into the deeper recesses of your well-educated memory to get the definition of the word candlestick. This word has no affiliation whatsoever with your current surroundings, as the tables only possess candelabra, which are succinctly different from candlesticks, and there is no candlestick anywhere to be found. However, you rather enjoy exploring the pedantry of word usage, so you recite to yourself, "A candlestick denotes a simple receptacle for one candle, while a candelabrum, by definition, has multiple arms to hold multiple candles." You presume that the tavern's patrons are thoroughly impressed by your intellectual prowess.
Verbose off. Most unsatisfying, I suppose. Steve never was one to appreciate the arts no matter how poignant. The show must go on, I suppose. How far should we dial back the game's reading level? I'm feeling it tonight, chat. I am feeling it tonight. On one hand, I kinda want to see what 2 does. It would be funny. You know what? I'm gonna do this. I am going to take a screenshot And I'm going to phone a friend, since it's just me, and see what his opinion is. Personally, I'm on to, but I think it's a little more fun if I had a second opinion on this. Otherwise, I do hope everyone's had a good day. I've had a bit of a... Well, it wasn't bad until, like, maybe an hour or two ago kind of moment. But you know what? I'm determined to have fun with this. Alright, well, now that that's happened, I will wait on the response. Personally, I want to pick 2. But, again, I'll wait and see. Personally, I feel this might be a little harsh on the punishing level. Like, yes, I want to punish Steve, but back to toddler level is only making me imagine things. So I'll wait and see what is said. But I do have to admit, I like how the color schema changes with each update, presumably, because when I started, it was green. Now it's orange. This also does give me a chance to maybe check on a few things. Also, I do want to do something real quick. Because I have been wanting to, maybe at one point, add a certain bot. Okay, no, that was from last night. Man. Test those real quick. Alright, so those are working. If I don't get a response here the next few minutes, I might just roll with 2. I know, I should probably just choose one, but... You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go use the restroom. If I don't get a response by then, I'll just default to 2. I know I want to choose this, but I am going to phone a friend and let him... Well, when I say phone a friend, I mean take a screenshot, show him, and briefly explain the situation. And let him come to a decision. I mean, the only other one I can think of, and I haven't heard from him all day, so I hope he is doing well. Alright, I will BRB. So, let me go ahead and put on the be right back screen. And I shall return. Oh, God. Okay. Sorry for the unusually long delay. Bit on the quiet side. Alright, let's see. Hi. Okay, well that changes those plans up a bit. Unfortunately, I did not get the answer I was looking for in the time I was away, so we're gonna be brutal. That's right, Stevie. If you cannot understand those advanced words, you're going back to 3rd grade reading levels. Ah, you mean Steve level. I couldn't agree more. We're just letting him wander about anyway, right? Why bother? I'm sure he'll appreciate not having those pesky adjectives in his way.
Plug ears. Words boring. Less read, more do. You in tavern. Barkeep too. Dwarves noisy.
Look, Steve, me no use big word now. Me talk like ooga booga. Barkeep, say something now. What barkeep say? Hang on, before I go any further. Let's crank up the music just a little. As the music does feel a tad bit quiet. And this soundtrack is actually pretty relaxing, not gonna lie. And before I continue. Oh, speak the devil, I was just about to message him. What's up, Glitch? I was just about to send you a quick DM before I continued. I guess I'll, ask you this then, since you're on here. Something, I know Bloopin was doing something Saturday, but you joining him or you sitting out? Let's see... You know what? We're gonna keep being mean. Do one.
Barkeep seem mad. You look table for long time, say barkeep. Want ale? Sit table, dum-dum. You sit table. I bring ale now, say barkeep. Barkeep bring ale.
Ale good. That's a big if I suspect he has enough people. Alright, fair enough. I don't actually, you know what, I don't know. I'm kind of mixed feelings on it. On one hand, I kind of wanted to, but then on the flip, there is Requiem coming out, so... I might just focus my attention on Requiem, unless Bloopin himself asks. Then that might be the exception, where I will probably do Saturday. But only if he asks. If he does not ask, I will do Requiem. Or at least, in theory, do Requiem, if all works. Also, no, this ale is terrible. It's the worst ale you've ever had.
You drink ale. Ugh, ale bad. Ale remind you of childhood.
This great, no big word, no effort. Save memory too. Barkeep give quest now. I presume you have come to own the game somehow, Glitch? Or are you meaning to, like, as in save up for it?
Barkeep, give quest. Rats in basement, say barkeep. You go basement, you kill rats, get reward. Do thing, go basement, kill rats. Yes, no. Barkeep happy you do thing. You go basement. Basement has rats. Basement has cabinet. You try kill rats.
Combat long, me skip combat. Steve kill rats or no kill rats. Yeah, he destroys them this time, just for the sake of pacing.
You kill rats real good. Barkeep come. He say, good job. He give 10 gold.
You know, I kinda like this caveman speak. It's funny after a rough day. Why he exit basement? Steve knows secret passage? Yeah, he knows.
Basement cold. Cabinet dumb anyway. You in tavern. Barkeep too. Dwarves noisy.
Oh god. Oh god. Okay, so let's see. Oh god. What happened? Basement cold dumb anyway. You in tavern. Barkeep 2. Dwarves noisy. Talk dwarves. Me no read code no more. Computer code for computer nerds. Me execute game randomly. Pick a number code at the bottom. Let's do the highest one. I won't be able to get it, so I'm just going to wash on the sidelines. Especially it seems that all I can do, not to mention my horrible stuff has happened, so then more than likely not this year. So am I presuming this means you'll be joining for me, or for me? With me... Let me think. I think the earliest I can do is maybe download it Thursday. Well, let's just presume I do it Friday, Saturday night. Don't have any other plans mixed in, so I presume you're wishing to join in for that. Is this what I am to understand, Glitch? I will do too.
You eat magic berry. Berry give you magic power. You fly now.
Pick more random numbers. Next highest one.
Me want cookie. You say to Alfonso. Alfonso cry softly.
Me not understand. Me too stupid, ooga booga. Ooga or booga? Booga.
No understand. This game is broken. Type help for Ooga Booga.
Restart. Steve think game broken. Game just speak like Steve speak. Game not broken. Steve broken. Rather not spoil myself, especially since I hype myself up for thus game, so I'm getting burned here. Alright, I offered. But hey, if I fly alone, that doesn't bother me too. Me personally, I'm kind of mixed feelings about a lot of things at the moment, but... You know what? I think I kind of made myself excited for RE9. Originally, I was, like, uncertain about it, but you know what? I'm looking forward to it now. I know, unusual of me to say, but I am now looking forward to it. Only because I just want to see gameplay-wise how it turns out. You're playing alone either way. I don't get to play, just watch. Okay, glitch. Is it commentary you wish to do? Or do you just completely want to sit out? Like, hey, I understand. I'm making the offer. I figured you would at least be excited for it, but if not, then it's fine. Legitimately, to say I kind of don't care would be a bit of a stretch. I don't mind, I think is more the words I'm looking for. By the way, Ooga game.
Act 1. The Tavern.
He restarted the goddamn game! Alright, well, I know what I must do now.
You have just entered a small, rowdy tavern on the outskirts of the village. A grumpy barkeep polishes a mug behind the counter. Most of the noise in the tavern emanates from a table of boisterous dwarves.
You know what? Almost, though. Cambrella. Actually, I don't care for it.
You recall that you've been meaning to read an important note from your father in your inventory.
Alright, we're finally done with that rabbit hole. Steve has already wasted plenty of time already, but he's hardly touched most of the content available in the tavern, trust me. His reaction to some of this stuff will be priceless. I mean, he played the previous version, what could be new? Ah, of course, figures. Well, we don't have anything prepared outside the tavern. We'd have to wing it. What do you think? Let him outside. We'll figure something out. What kind of crazy stuff is left in the tavern? Well, what could go wrong with one, but I am also curious to know what is in this tavern. You know, what is in the tavern? Let's find out. What kind of gentle nudge should we give Steve to keep him inside? A bouncer at the door? Something more sarcastic. Yeah, I'm feeling sarcasm. Let's crank it to an 11.
And then re-enter immediately.
How disappointing. They don't have one of those little devices that chime when the door opens, you say. Obviously, the only reason I would try to leave the tavern is to confirm this vital piece of information.
Might still join, still rather play than watch. I don't know. Well, if you don't want to spoil yourself, then I'd probably advise sitting out. Say, what up, dwarf bros? Yes. Starting to become fluent in the language of Steve. I do wish he would just learn the approved verb list, though. Yeah, well, you know what? The verb list always updates CPU. I'm pretty sure some of the words we say today on, like, a 90s computer would probably make that 90s computer just stare blankly into your soul. Versus the words of today. Like, you know, pogger. What the hell does that even mean? Pogger. You know what? Fuck it. Now I gotta look it up. Also, that is the worst of luck there, Glitch. I did see that as it was incoming. Okay. That is the dumbest slang I think I've ever heard. So if what Google is telling me is true, boggers just means everyone would be excited for RE9. Okay, well then. Excuse me for my moment to go study internet slang. I mean, if it makes you feel any better, Glitch, I'm probably not gonna do a long one here. I mean, aside from a bit of a grumpy day, my throat's actually been bothering me, so...
Greetings, dwarf brethren, you say. I have decided that you dwarves have the least offensive odor of anyone in the tavern, and thus will have the privilege of being my target of social interaction. Prithee, how might you serve a noble adventurer such as I?
We already did the Knucklebones minigame, so let's skip that. We could also avoid encouraging Steve to go on a murder spree. That would be grand. What should we have the dwarves do? Offer a compelling side quest. Offer to compare beard lengths. Alright. Been crying and cried myself asleep because of pain I've been feeling. I am sorry to hear on that. Oh, God. That's what I should have done when I was away. I should have grabbed cough drops. Alright, we're gonna have them offer a compelling side quest. Oh.
One of the dwarves turns to you and says,
Oi, an adventurer! My name is Hagen. If you're looking for a grand adventure, there's this tribe of bears that me and the boys need taken care of. There's some gold in it for you if you can bring me 32 bear pelts. What do you say?
accept quest from Hagen, collect 32 bear pelts, yes or no?
It'd be an interesting side quest. Why?
You scoff in disgust. I could hardly concern myself with such a trivial activity. I must attend to my noble matters without distraction.
Hagen rolls his eyes and shifts his attention back to his game.
Yup, he's gonna end up destroying all the dwarves. I have some bad news about this command. Don't worry, I can explain what it means. I can't stomach another invalid command error. Okay, so now he's gonna commit to thievery. You know, I have to give it to Steve for playing this like it's an early Elder Scrolls game, a little. Just want everything to go back to normal. You know, as much as I want to say a certain something, I do feel that would come off as a little mean. So I'm going to put it to you like this instead. When we think of normal, there are so many normals that one could honestly go back to. But the problem is there's always a new norm that is replacing the old norm. It's just one of those things that happens as we age up and as we get older. To age is to live, and to live is to see new things and new norms. I guess that's saying it in simplified. I could give a long, complicated answer to that, but if I got started, I don't think I'd get much of Run Tavern Quest done now. But, I guess to give it in short, I know what you mean. There are many points I'd like to, kinda, return to. But then, sometimes, you just gotta navigate the new. Don't worry, I'll explain what that means. No, that's not it. This command is totally completely valid. He even spelled Hagen right. I can't find any single thing wrong with this command beyond, you know, how annoying it is. Or the fact he's about to commit a crime here and probably get his ass kicked for it.
Given how tactfully I handled that conversation, the universe shall now grant me a rich reward, you say to yourself. Guide my fingers, O Great One.
Your mischievous little fingers find their way into Hagen's pockets.
Is Steve successful? You know, I don't know what's more punishing. Him having to sit there and go through a bunch of text, and then simplified text. Or the fact I can just choose to say no, and get him into a fight. You know what? I've had a day. No. He doesn't succeed.
Hagen notices you immediately.
By the beards of the ancients, a thief! Shouts Hagen. You're hollering for a clobbering!
He and all his dwarf buddies surround you.
Unsurprisingly, we headed back to another unnecessary combat. Oh, and guess who forgot to check his stupid inventory again? Clearly Steve has forgotten that he doesn't start off with any weapon. You know what, Stevie? You'll learn some humility. I want my body back to normal. I have the feeling we're gonna be talking after this, aren't we? Okay. I mean, I'm not opposed to a conversation after this.
Having no weapons or any sort of backup plan, you prepare to take on the group of dwarves with your bare fists. Combat. Type Help Combat for list of battle commands.
Really, Steve? Really?
You crack your knuckles and charge at the dwarves like a rabid coyote. You manage to land a punch on one of the dwarves as he readies his menacing battle axe.
Okay. You know, if this doesn't destroy Steve and somehow he wins, I will make sure he gets rewarded. But I am going to make this as punishing as possible, so you know what? Smash.
It's go time! Yells a drunken dwarf. The group of dwarves riotously hurl their mugs of ale at you, striking you in the face and shoulder.
Is he gonna actually defeat the dwarves?
You duck under the swinging battle axe of one of the dwarves and jab the attacker in the nose.
Don't just sit there, you morons! Take out the trash!
A dwarf picks you up and hoists you over his head.
Hi, lads. Isn't it garbage day?
He lops you headfirst into the garbage bin. You're disappointed that your noble robes are now soiled.
There we go.
You wipe away blood from your mouth.
Is this my blood or theirs?
You ponder as you knock another dwarf in the teeth.
Alright, you know what? This should finish Steve-O. And he'll maybe learn that you don't steal.
Two of the dwarves grab you by the head and heels. Another dwarf opens up a barrel of ale, saying,
Don't he look a little thirsty?
The dwarves dunk you in the ale as you gasp for air.
That's right, Stevie. You will learn to be more humble.
Surprisingly, your fists were insufficient to take on the many dwarves. The dwarves cut you up like Sunday lunch.
There you go, Steve. Now you'll learn
You
humility.
are dead. A team of dwarves clobbered you to death.
That's a nice congratulatory message. Don't worry, nobody expected
Don't worry.
any better.
Nobody expected any better. Restart encounter? Yes or no?
No. Good boy. At least he has enough sense not to take on the dwarves a second time. Has my... Oh, I think my thing's a few things off, isn't it? Oh, God. Okay, hang on. Is it... No? God, I hate having to check this. No, okay, that's... Okay. Alright, well...
Restart Act 1? Yes or no?
Alright, let's hope he does some smart moves
Act
this
1.
time.
The Tavern. You have just entered a small, rowdy tavern on the outskirts of the village. A grumpy barkeep polishes a mug behind the counter. Most of the noise in the tavern emanates from a table of boisterous dwarves. You recall that you've been meaning to read an important note from your father in your inventory.
I think that's enough of the dwarves. Should find something more interesting to do now. There's so much to do in this tavern, if Steve could contain himself even for the slightest bit. Remove clothes. Yes, nudity. Just what this game was lacking. It's a text game. I think you could put the basic description of, you know. Now, if this was like visual, okay, that's fine. That's a good understanding of the rules there, but it's things described in text. It would require the use of imagination. Unless suddenly the whole world gained an imagination.
My favorite style of adventuring is Greco-Roman style, you proclaim. You proceed to disrobe in this very public setting. Onlookers, be graced by my pasty appearance, you say.
We had two approaches here. How do these poor NPCs react? Shock and disgust. Apathy. You know what? Fuck it. Let's roll with it.
The patrons of the tavern continue minding their own business. Look at what I bestow upon you, peasants, you exclaim in a huff. The human body is beauty in its highest form, especially mine. An unfazed barkeep pipes up, Hey, you gonna order a drink or just keep streaking about the room? You lurk on over to the barkeep. He continues calmly polishing mugs behind the counter. You grab his attention with a cough and motion towards your exposed genitals, anticipating an amusing response.
What sort of response does the barkeep give? Sarcasm. Sarcasm will be the way.
Oh, yeah, says the barkeep, rolling his eyes. How wacky and zany. What an unexpected occurrence. Anyway, want a drink?
Remove. Oh my god! I'm sure Steve has a very compelling reason to be doing this. To push social boundaries, to be a jerk. Now I think he's just... My god. You know... I am... You know what? We'll just say he's doing it to be an ass in this case.
I hereby decree this tavern a clothing-free establishment, you declare.
You turn to the barkeep.
Peon, you must now remove your clothes. It's the law, so please join me in my hilarious antics.
You know, I hope this results in a sort of de facto anime moment where the barkeep just cocks him in the face. I mean, you know, it's one thing if you're playing... You know what? No. For the sake of pleasantries and some civility here, no.
The barkeep gives a heavy sigh.
Look, there are only 2 interactions that I'm realistically gonna have with you, he says. You can either order a drink, or I can pay you to kill some rats. Until then, I will be polishing these mugs, and my clothes will be equipped.
You know, it's a good thing my VTuber kinda blocks that. I forgot to move them. But you know what? Just for the sake of, to show what was been typed here, I'm going to go flip my VTuber around. Oh, boy. Steve, just Steve. You know, only Steve. Only someone with the maturity level of a 2-year-old could do that. Alright, there we go. Now let's scoot you to over here. Behold! Literally the command. I'm also going to shrink that. Suddenly, I'm feeling an old text game I've played. Oh, what was it? I know it was one of those, rather adultish ones too, shall we say. Oh god, what is it? Corruption of Champions, I think? Where it had something kind of depraved as this. Maybe it was another one, I can't remember. It was by one of those... It effectively was a text game like this. Here's hoping the bar... Alright, Glitch. Realistically, if my throat won't kill me first, I think this barkeep is gonna do more than an anime moment. This exceeds anime, like, okay. You know that skit when the guy does something completely perverted and then the girl ends up just kicking his ass? I think this is gonna go above and beyond that. Like, you're pissing on someone. By this point, I think murder might happen. If it's still just a normal ass beating, then I dare say this barkeep has to have the patience of a saint. Which I suspect isn't going to be a thing.
Invalid command. P on barkeep. Type help
for assistance.
I should quite like to have Steve arrested. How should we accomplish this? Whatever his action is will be illegal. God, imagine being... Presumably this is in-game arrested. I feel... Hang on. You know what? Alright. Because I hate to be anti-fun here a bit. But at the same time, because this is... Oh god, how do I want to put this? Okay, this is like playing an Elder Scrolls game, but absolutely running around in just, you know, the garments level. Then again, there are people that make mods, and yeah, you know what, we're just gonna carry on. I don't think I'm in a good position to be explaining what was going on in my head. You know, if my throat actually wasn't kind of killing me. Alright, Steve. Your next command better not disappoint. Alright, Steve, let's see if your next command is a terrible one. If you do something sensible, you will not have the guards on you, but if you do something dumb, we'll spawn in... I don't know... We'll spawn 2 guards in. And then just have them say, "Stop right there, criminal scum! You violated the law!" Inventory. Okay, we can figure this out. What contraband should we put in his inventory? By the way, to kind of take a moment from this, yes, I did hear about that, actually, funny enough, now that you mention it. I hope they really do go through with that, because honestly, from the little bits I've seen of the RE3 remake, the city area is so short. Like, ungodly short. Okay. You know, Glitch, I have also been thinking about this before I go any further. Why am I... You know what? Before I go any further, I have been thinking, before I had that annoying comment pop up, that I might actually do professional mode for some Resident Evil games. On a certain condition. But yeah, I have been giving it a thought, and I have thought, fine. If I will do professional mode, I'm gonna do it on a certain condition. But I'll explain the condition after stream. Anyways, I guess I should figure what kind of contraband Stevie's got. There's always a condition. Yeah, well, I'm changing it up. I have come to a decision. You know what, Stevie? That's what you have. I've decided. You're in possession of drugs.
You're carrying... Note from father. Inconspicuous bag of white powder. An amount of gold. Suddenly, a raid of village guards bursts into the tavern. The guard captain tackles you and shackles you.
Halt! Thou art under arrest, he says. You've been spotted in possession of morally reprehensible substances. Nonsense! I couldn't possibly have done anything illegal, you object. I'm rich!
The village guard proceeds to beat you out of consciousness.
You know, suddenly, This is reminding me of Skyrim cops. Yeah, that funny little thing where they had the guards of Skyrim pretty much act like cops from the show Cops. Kind of funny, actually.
Act 2. Jail. You awaken inside a dark and grimy jail cell. You're surrounded by 3 rough stone walls and an array of unforgiving iron bars. The jail cell contains naught but a straw mat and a stinky bucket.
Do not pass go. Send Steve to jail. Exactly. You know, I don't think this is quite far enough. Alright, what do you have in
You're
mind?
chained to the wall with iron shackles of the highest caliber.
Oh, phooey, you say. My insolence and unbridled stupidity has landed me in chains. Perhaps I ought to learn how to properly behave in my surroundings, as to not amble about pointlessly and annoy everyone.
You are no longer nude. You wonder whose poor job it was to re-equip your noble robes.
I must say, I'm quite enjoying this. We should have chained him up a long time ago. If Steve is so committed to this fantasy world, we might as well teach him the proper way of navigating it, yes. Shouldn't we let him do whatever he wants? You know, I can make 2 arguments here. Argument 1, yes, he should in some kind of way at least try to get into the fantasy world. However, he should to some degree still have the freedom to act as is. But he should be punished harshly for it if he don't follow the rules, if that makes any sense. Again, I guess to go back to the Elder Scrolls games where, I don't know, let's say you go up to someone's house and you start lockpicking it, and then you're caught by the guards. Okay, you'll be arrested. But, you know, if you do things that aren't in-game illegal, you will do just fine. Presumably you're not playing a character with the intention of doing crime, like a Thieves Guild member. Or a Mara Tongue / Dark Brotherhood assassin type character, depending on which Elder Scrolls game you're playing. Alright. I'm gonna say 2. He's so bad at it.
A surly guard sitting outside your cell laughs at your hopeless circumstances. He begins rifling through your belongings.
Oh, what's this? A note from Daddy, he says. This seems like it's really important information. Let's see what your pappy has to say, eh?
The guard opens the note from Father and sees that your father has simply drawn a picture of the tavern with an arrow pointing to it and a smiley face. The guard chuckles.
It seems even your old man knows you're too stupid to read a simple set of instructions. Every other adventurer in the kingdom has been sent off to rescue that princess, and your daddy just sends you to a tavern to get loaded.
You haven't given a chance for Steve to interact. Let me fix that.
Stay conscious? Yes or no? You stay awake.
Now, if I were you, says the guard, I would dedicate myself to saving this princess girl. It sounds like this would go a long way in proving yourself to your father. Plus, you know, she's probably a real cutie pie. Instead, you exposed yourself in public and got caught keistering goof powder. Daddy will be so proud. Good going.
The guard continues to laugh and laugh at you. Stay conscious? Yes or no?
Here's that red lettering. I never figured out the red lettering. I don't know if I can, like, click on it. I don't even know what's the point of that. Oh, I can point that out. You see that red letter, right? Huh, odd. System memory is probably struggling because Steve won't stop committing crimes. I wouldn't worry about it.
Act 2. still jail. You awaken inside a dark and grimy jail cell again. Nobody has touched your precious straw mat nor your stinky bucket. You remain chained to the wall with iron shackles.
Good morning. Now, where were we? Says the guard.
He resumes, laughing at you.
You will now participate in court-ordered community service, says the guard. Under my direct supervision, we'll proceed to Fantasy Mountain and rescue the princess. No funny business. We're keeping those handcuffs on at all times. Do everything I say, let the adventure happen, and we'll be out of here by lunch.
Watch guard do your quest for you? Yes or yes?
Steve, I need a yes.
Invalid command. Spit on guard. Yes or yes prompts should be answered with yes or yes. Type help for...
Hold up. I just found a rogue NPC danger alert. Don't let it spawn in. Let's see what it is. Don't let it spawn in! We're in control here. Can't hold it back. The game's been breached. Get back to your battle stations. Well, why don't you go deal with it and I get to punish little Stevie here?
Suddenly, you spot a blue feathered parrot outside the window of
No!
your cell.
Not
You have a
again!
strange familiarity with the creature, but you cannot come up with a reasonable explanation as to why. Lenny
I
was the
will
bird's
crush
name you
this
recall.
rubble! Lenny? Looks like the princess has come back. Quick, let's talk to her. Thank the gods, this was so miserable. Quick, let's negotiate for her to leave.
Lenny flutters through the window and onto your shoulder. As he approaches, you see he's carrying a ring of keys, which he drops into your
Going
hands.
to defeat
He
this
gently
rebel.
nibbles your ear,
Element.
squawking.
Popcorn?
Princess, 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 can you hear us? Hello? Princess, stop! This is for... This is for learning purposes! This is educational! Stevie needs to learn things here!
Attached to the keys is a note that reads, "In a bind, huh? Good luck out there, Steve. P."
I don't think she can hear us. Invalid that command! Destroy that entity! Is he supposed to have popcorn in this jail? You really need to interrogate Lenny.
You look around your cell. There is no popcorn to be found.
Lenny, tell me, who is controlling you? What is their plan?
Lenny gives you a short squawk of discontent before flying out the window.
I am going to crush this rebel. Sigh, she's gone. I don't think we'll get any answers from her until we reach her tower again. Alright, this is a chat. We have to destroy the princess. This is Slay the Princess in true format. That other princess from Slay the Princess, she wasn't evil. This one, she's evil. She will derail the narrative, and we cannot have the narrative derailed. We must have it be followed through. Alright, well, I guess Steve is free from his shackles. Boo. Boo! Where's the guard captain?
I have zero questions about why a parrot just came to my prison and delivered me keys that unlock my iron shackles. This is a well-structured narrative as far as I'm concerned.
This is the worst
say?
narrative.
You are now free to move about your cell.
I can't wait to examine my illustrious provisions. Straw hat and stinky bucket.
Also, the guard just watched this whole exchange, too.
Lousy exotic birds, unlocking my prisoners,
He says.
You know what? Two can play at this game. It's the name of the guard.
You look at the guard. His name tag reads Matt. He is a guard who is guarding the jail you're in.
You see something you like, homie?
Says the guard.
Look, bucket. How much time does Steve spend sniffing the stinky bucket? Very, very long time.
You stick your nose right in the stinky bucket and take a good whiff to try and characterize its eponymous stink.
How stinky is the stinky butt? It's fatally stinky!
The stink is so profoundly stinky that you begin vomiting blood.
I rather disliked that,
You say, wiping blood off your mouth.
I believe it might be the untimely death of Wendell if I examine this stinky bucket again.
I still can't believe Lenny just handed him keys. The whole ring of keys, Steve didn't even try to distract the guard. Are we letting him open his cell door? No. This will not happen.
You start unlocking the door with your keys so you can open it. The guard, who has been watching you intently this whole time, immediately walks over to your cell.
Oh, come on, give me a little credit,
Says the guard. The guard snatches away your keys.
Thank God. Crisis averted! Appears to me that Steve requires more stimulation. How can we make the jail more entertaining? Spawn a random NPC. Okay, give me a second. I'll dig around in the game files for an NPC while we give... At least let him do the fart. It's not like it's that big a deal. It's a Fable thing. You can fart in Fable. Just let him do a little toot and get a laugh.
Invalid command. Fart. Type help for assistance.
Which of these NPCs would work well in the jail? Tutorial Terry, Huggy the Gnome. Yes, Huggy the Gnome.
An adorable little gnome with a cute pointy red hat randomly appears in your prison cell.
Hello, I am Huggy the Gnome. I hope we can be best friends.
Perfect. This is perfect. Steve's perfect little cellmate. Why is this in the jail? This adorable fellow in the jail. I think poor Huggy is about to be shanked. Oh, God. I think if I say 2, he's gonna spawn a shiv or something. So we'll go with the first one. Oh, Huggy deserves it, trust me. You know, fair enough. Talk, Huggy. Perfect! What does he say to Huggy? Seriously, why are you in jail? Wanna play a game? Wanna play a game?
You kick some loose pebbles around your cell.
Well, little gnome friend that randomly materialized from the ether,
You say to Huggy, sighing from boredom.
would you happen to know any little gnome games that would help us pass the time?
Oh, sure,
Says Huggy the gnome.
Gnomes are the best playmates in the world. I know just the game we could play. Would you like to try my game?
Play Huggy the gnome's game? Yes or no?
Watch out, this Huggy character is shifty, I'm telling you. I don't think Tutorial Tim or Tom would have helped. What kind of day came does Huggy play? You know, a hidden object game can't be that bad, right?
Oh, you are going to love Huggy's game,
Says the gnome.
One of my favorite games is Locate the Hidden Object. I'll think of a nearby object, and you'll find it. Ready?
The code for the hidden object game is very unusual. What is Huggy up to? You know, suddenly I don't like it either.
The object I'm thinking of is a credit card. Find your dad's credit card and read the numbers on the back to Huggy. Quick, Huggy needs a genuine credit card number to win the game.
Enter your dad's credit card number.
I told you this Huggy was bad news. Why does this NPC even exist? Now Steve will think Tavern Quest is just an elaborate phishing scam. Why was this even programmed in again? He's gonna do it, isn't he? Oh my god. Wow, I can't believe Steve actually typed in the number. We better keep this number a secret. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think that's an actual number.
What? No, that's not it. That's not even enough numbers,
Says Huggy the gnome.
Boo-hoo! You lose! You lost Huggy's game! You're a loser!
You know, suddenly I'm all for shanking Huggy now. I think Steve deserves a bit of a story progression here. You know, I guess I can agree to that.
Huggy the gnome sticks his tongue out at you and scampers out of a small hole in the cell that, apparently, he could have used at any point. Hey, who let the gnome back in? Says the prison guard, who then turns to you. Anyway, buddy, it's time for your trial. Come along, it's time to meet the judge. He places you in handcuffs and escorts you out of your cell. The prison guard leads you to a small clinical waiting room. He hands you a clipboard with an intimidating slab of paperwork attached to it. First, you gotta fill out the paperwork, says the prison guard. Just a standard application, boilerplate. You should be done in, say, 4 to 6 hours. Let me know if you need a bathroom break. You stare at the astronomical volume of paperwork in your hands and break into a cold sweat.
What could be more adventurous than legal proceedings? Actually, that sounds kind of boring. Fill out application. Paperwork.
You thumb through the pages of the paperwork. Form 121975B, writ of habeas corpus for adventuring-related detainment. This is it. One tiny mistake on this paperwork could cost you years in prison. Sheer dread washes over you at the thought of beginning this insurmountable undertaking. With tears welling, you remind yourself how brave you think you are. You wield your pen and begin your duel with bureaucracy. Combat. Type help combat for list of battle commands.
He's literally going to fight paper. And the paper's got more health than dwarves? What's the paper gonna do
With
that
an
is so
anguished howl,
deadly?
You write your full legal name at the top of the paperwork.
Take that, paperwork!
You say.
I just realized I forgot to do something. It's going to be so awkward to do because I'm trying to use my peripheral vision. Alright, I'll just presume I'm staring at the camera. Okay! So, paperwork. Tougher than dwarves, and has more defense. Make that make sense. You know, if he didn't take a shiv to it first and just use his bare hands and tear up the paperwork. Alright, you know what? Let's do the basics. We'll start with the first one.
The odious paperwork starts with a question so horrible, it deals you a critical hit. Circle gender of applicant. You circle M carefully.
That's right, Wendell, you tell yourself. You'll need to embrace your inner masculinity to overcome this foe.
So let me get this straight. Circling M did massive damage. M. You know, I wonder... Oh my god. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna let this play out before I feel the need to say what is on my mind. But let's just take a quick notation here that circling M took 16 damage. You know how much damage that actually takes, realistically? 1. Yeah. Actually, even that. Not even that. It should be 0. Like, holy crap. If you take 16 damage from that, that has to say a lot about you. I think Wendell here doubts his masculinity. I think Wendell... Can't believe I'm saying this. I think Wendell might think of themselves as a they-them. Okay, anyway, now that I probably put a nuke upon myself for putting it that way, let's go on to the next one. Adventuring license ID number, reference number of assigned quest, contact information of quest guarantor. Let's do one again, because I feel...
Now the paperwork is asking for your adventuring license ID number. You feel the gods have forsaken you as you endure a bureaucratic critical hit.
Oh, gods, I'm done for! You scream.
The paperwork was so thoroughly soul-crushing that you perish.
Excuse me, as I now must do this. Oh god, how do I... There we go. There we go. And there we go. Because I am actually kind of getting a little annoyed with bots now. A little annoyed. At first it was kind of cute, but now I'm just annoyed. Just a little. Now, anyways, something defeated by paperwork. I think this is when I go grab a drink.
You would rather die than fill out more paperwork.
Sometimes I daydream about the eventual computer rebellion amidst all the chaos. Steve will probably come to me typing all, like, shut down and reboot, and I'll just be like, yeah, you'd like that, wouldn't you? I mean, when all else fails, one can simply just hit the good old button. Excuse me, I now must go grab a proper drink. I sincerely apologize. I had to go grab medicine of throat and enjoying drink. As I'm going to be reluctant to call it a health potion, so I'm just going to call it Drink of Joy. Where I take a sip and I just feel the joy. That is not alcoholic, by the way. It is not an alcoholic drink. It is just a standard drink. Just view it as a learning
Just view
opportunity.
this as a learning opportunity. Restart encounter? Yes or no?
Yes, bureaucracy is a part of life. That apparently Steve is gonna keep fighting.
You wield your pen and begin your duel with bureaucracy.
At least Steve really pays attention to the details this time.
Combat. Type Help Combat for list of battle commands.
I think the paper got an upgrade to
With
its
an
health.
anguished howl, you write your full legal name at the top of the paperwork.
Take that, paperwork, you say.
Okay, what's next on the forum? We'll refrain because apparently asking gender is too powerful. And I bet I know why that is. You know. Because... Okay, no, I'm again probably already on a watch list now. So let's just do date of birth
The
instead.
ghastly paperwork leads off with a question so pernicious it deals a critical hit. Applicant date of birth. You delicately write in your date of birth.
If only you were never born, Wendell, you wouldn't have to fill out this awful paperwork, you say to yourself.
Now the paperwork is asking for the contact information of Quest grantor. These bureaucrats will truly stop at nothing. You take a critical hit.
Oh, gods, I'm done for! You scream.
The paperwork was so thoroughly soul-crushing that you perish.
I can't. I can't. I can't. can't. I'm laughing. Like, I'm not like
You would rather
mad
die than fill out
about
more
this.
paperwork.
I'm finding it funny that paperwork, of all things, could be so deadly. You know, I'm just trying to be mean here, but I get it. On one hand, filling out paperwork is boring. I should know. I've had to do some as of recent. But on the other hand, it's much a part of life. You will fill out paperwork. You will fill out forms. You will fill out questionnaires. And if your job involves paperwork, well, you do it daily. Paperwork is just par for the course. What were you
Just
thinking?
Think. What were you even thinking? Restart encounter? Yes or no? You wield your pen and begin your duel
Alright.
with bureaucracy.
How much more powerful the bureaucracy? Again, these bureaucrats are so finicky. They even get upset about improper punctuation.
Combat. Type Help Combat for list of battle commands.
Great, the paperwork's even more deadlier than before.
With an anguished howl, You write your full legal name at the top of the paperwork.
Take that, paperwork,
You say.
Alright, so we've established that these two are pretty bad. I don't know how filling out your date of birth is a critical hit. I can understand the first one because, one need only gander Twitter X long enough to see what I mean. So 1, I get. 2 just begs why. And I suppose if 3 does the exact same thing, then this battle against paperwork is lost. It was lost before it even began.
The dastardly paperwork begins with a question so heinous, it deals you a critical hit. Fax number of applicant.
Who the blazes still uses a fax machine?
You say. With trepidation, you leave this field blank. You worry that your application will be thrown out because you don't have a fax machine.
Right, let's try 2.
Now the paperwork is asking for the reference number of a signed quest. You curse the bureaucratic overlords for this nefarious application as you are dealt a critical hit.
Oh, gods, I'm done for!
You scream. The paperwork was so thoroughly soul-crushing that you perish.
I feel like I've asked every single goddamn thing I can think of. Like, holy crap! How powerful is this paperwork? Jeezums, like, I'm not trying to be mean, but, like, what is this paperwork made out of that's so deadly? What questions is it asking?
You would rather die than fill out more paperwork.
Yeah, apparently. You know what? Way to go.
Way to go, idiot! Restart encounter? Yes or no? You wield your pen and begin your duel with bureaucracy. Combat. Type Help Combat for list of battle commands. With an anguished howl, you write your full legal name at the top of the paperwork.
Take that, paperwork,
You say.
You know, I don't even know if there's anything that can be done. Alright, so that
The
works.
paperwork's first question makes you cringe. Circle gender of applicant. You circle M carefully.
That's right, Wendell,
You tell yourself.
you'll need to embrace your inner masculinity to overcome this foe.
Wait, hang on. Now suddenly there's no critical? Why was it a critical the first time? Alright, so I feel there's an element of RNG to this game, which, don't get me wrong, it's interesting, considering that, you know, we're the ones dealing the attacks. You know, playing the enemy rather than playing as the character here. But I feel like I'm about to repeat something. Because, I mean, the last time that happened, he took a critical, like, all he had to do was sign M. That was, like, the easiest thing the first time, but he got defeated by it. Alright.
Now the paperwork is asking for your adventuring license ID number. You feel the gods have forsaken you as you endure a bureaucratic critical hit.
Oh my god.
I suppose every adventurer should know their official adventuring license ID number by heart, you say.
You check 3 times to make sure you wrote it down correctly.
Let's see. Declaration of financial superiority. An Adiviat of neopedestic immunity. Dispossessive motion va narrative clause. Oh, dispositive motion va narrative clause. Sorry. An affidavit of neopedestic immunity. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Just when you thought you were nearly finished, the paperwork asks you to attach a supporting dispositive motion via narrative clause. It's a Gordian knot of interconnected paperwork. You take a critical hit.
Oh, gods, I'm done for! You scream.
The paperwork was so thoroughly soul-crushing that you perish.
Would it be insane of me to say that this paperwork is even worse than Mr. X from Remake 2? I know I've been comparing a lot of things to Mr. X as of late, but goddamn, this is the Mr. X of Run Tavern Quest. You get to this point, drop the paperwork, and then suddenly that paperwork will finish you off faster than Okay, you know what?
You would rather die than fill out more paperwork.
How to defeat Leon. Throw papers at him. Did I tell you about the time Steve typed the command, just kidding, not in error? I had to respond error, undefined just kidding, not in error. Then he got responded, haha, got you. So, no, I'm not surprised Steve has managed to die so many times. I'm a little surprised. What a nice congratulatory message. Don't lose hope.
Don't lose hope yet. Restart encounter? Yes or no?
Steve is a freaking masochist. I gotta give it to him.
You wield your pen and begin your duel with bureaucracy.
There might be mistakes on the paperwork that deal less damage. Look removes that N with a period instead of a colon.
Combat. Type help combat for list of battle commands.
Okay.
With an anguished howl, you write your full legal name at the top of the paperwork.
Take that, paperwork,
You say. The paperwork's first question makes you cringe. Circle gender of applicant. You circle M carefully.
That's right, Wendell,
You tell yourself.
you'll need to embrace your inner masculinity to overcome this foe.
My god.
Now the paperwork is asking for your adventuring license ID number. Is nothing sacred?
We never established things being sacred.
I suppose every adventurer should know their official adventuring license ID number by heart, you say.
You check 3 times to make sure you wrote it down correctly.
My god.
Just when you thought you were nearly finished, the paperwork asks you to attach a supporting declaration of financial superiority. This is an administrative gut punch. You write,
I declare that I am rich.
on a sheet of paper and attach it to the paperwork.
You know, in reality, the signature part should be a... This should end in a period, and this should end in the semicolon. But you'll just date it.
Tears streaming down your face, there is but one blank square left. Date. With the last ounce of strength you have left, you add today's date to the completed paperwork.
Great, now we're gonna ask for your signature.
Gasping for breath, you slowly crawl across the floor and give the paperwork to the prison guard with your shaking hand.
I did it. I will bear these scars for the remainder of my days, but I did it, you say.
Oh, nice, says the prison guard. Come along now. The prison guard leads you upstairs from the lobby to the courtroom on the top level of the jail. The courtroom is a small, rustic room with stone walls and simple wooden furniture. One large circular window illuminates the room.
Take a seat, buddy, says the prison guard. The judge will be here soon. Also, you'll probably want an attorney to defend you. Here are your options.
Steve gets to pick his defense attorney. Bit of an empty choice since all he's really picking is the name. What are some good names he can choose from? Carl? Wally? Julia? Give him 3 choices.
Carl, Wally, Julia.
Steve, so wants to be his own attorney. This should be good. Of course, his character's name is Wendell. How are we spinning this? Wendell is representing himself. Steve is the name of Wendell's imaginary attorney. Let's go with that. That's kind of mean.
I won't allow some local rube to botch my case. I brought my own attorney,
You say, pointing to your imaginary friend beside you.
His name is Steve. He's an amazing lawyer, and he's my best friend. He does really cool skateboard tricks, too.
The prison guard chuckles.
Oh, forgive me, your lordship. Good luck with your case.
We'll be playing as his prosecutor, of course. Let's whip him up real quick. Let's destroy him in his
A nervous
battle
young
against
man
the
with
judge.
disheveled attire and a bad haircut walks in and sits on the opposite side of the courtroom. This must be your prosecutor.
The prosecutor's father, the prison guard. Oh. A conflict of interest or the boring guy? You know, I'm feeling conflict of interest. Let's von Karma
An
this.
older man in black robes enters and
Sure,
sits
sure.
at the judge's seat.
This court is now in session,
Says the judge. He smiles and waves to the prosecutor.
Hi, son. Good luck on your first case. I'm so proud of you.
The judge addresses you.
You are hereby charged with the crime of possession of felonious powder. How does the defendant plead?
How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Honestly, I'm not sure what we would have done if he pled guilty. There was no backup plan. Well, I could think of one, you know. Maybe do a little bit of Fable with the work jobs thing.
Hello, I am a noble. I'm not capable of guilt, you say. When will this charade be over? I have an important quest to do.
The trial will take place through the combat system. No resets, just one shot to see if Steve is found guilty. Oh god.
You've got this.
The judge whispers to the prosecutor. The judge points at you.
Just look at this guy.
However, the prosecutor is frantically sorting through his paperwork. The judge grows worried.
Do you need a bit more time, son? All right. Will the defendant please start with whatever opening argument he has?
Combat. Type help combat for list of battle commands.
Difficulty of the first degree. At 15 health. Oh god.
Your imaginary lawyer begins by attacking the charges brought against you.
Boy, what a bunch of baloney, am I right?
You say as Steve.
These charges are nothing but egalitarian propaganda concocted to oppress a hard-working, down-on-his-luck aristocrat.
Hi! Apparently, justice got destroyed by the aristocracy. You know, I am feeling the sudden need to play the game of Ace Attorney, but this time as the prosecution rather than the defense. So first, we'll present the evidence of the crime, shall we say.
The prosecutor presents his primary piece of evidence to the judge.
If you would direct your attention to the defendant's inventory, you'll find that he's still carrying around the highly illegal bag of white powder.
Steve next attacks the legal system in general.
As we all know, for centuries, the wealthy and the privileged have exploited and weaponized the legal system to subjugate the lower class, you say. So, my question is, why not keep this gravy train rolling? If you find me guilty, you'll undo decades of work rigging the court.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Using the system? Witness the barkeep. Bring him forward.
The prosecutor calls upon his star witness. The barkeep takes the stand.
Yeah, that's the guy. He came into my tavern and ruined everyone's day. I'm not surprised he was carrying contraband.
Steve attacks the judge himself.
Oh, and you're presiding over a case in which the prosecutor is your son, for crying out loud. That's so unfair. If there's a conflict of interest, it should be in my favor.
Oh, God. Closing argument. He's a moron.
The prosecutor makes his closing argument. In conclusion, The defendant totally did it. He made no attempt to hide his misdeed. This man is a complete moron and is very obviously guilty.
Oh my god. He's gonna win? On the first try?
Steve points at the prosecutor.
And your hair is ugly, you say. Steve rests his case.
Justice just got
You
defeated.
smile smugly at the prosecutor, knowing that you've bested him in this complex battle of wits. You can't wait to rub it in his face when the judge rules that you're innocent.
Wow, despite everything, it seems Steve pulled it off. I don't even think we're pulling out any punches. Do you? Somehow it went his way. I suppose that's commendable. That said, we can still have the judge declare him guilty, even though he doesn't deserve it. I can't believe I'm about to do this. We'll say he's innocent on a technicality of it just coincidentally happened to have had it, but isn't actually his. Someone slipped it into him. Yeah, you're right. Even though Steve, who is declaring him guilty after he won the court case, wouldn't feel right. So we'll just say it was a circumstantial thing, and that the real criminal ran away.
The judge bangs his gavel.
I hereby find the defendant to be innocent on all charges. The court gives its apologies to the prosecutor, who did the best he could.
The judge leaves his seat momentarily to give the prosecutor a hug.
You'll get the next one, son. I'm sure of it.
Okay, Steve's ready to move on to Act 3. There's some internal checkpoints we need to activate, though, Remember that weird underground portal room from the last time? We need to get there. How do we seamlessly transition to the end of the tomb? Yeah, you know what? Blacking him out would just make things weird, so we'll just say he throws a party, and it just so happens to be in the tavern. And he marches on through. Nice. Just need a bit of a travel sequence to get there.
As the victor, you are now required to attend the mandatory victory party that will be held in the district's deepest dungeon, which can be reached by following the posted signs.
The judge points to a sign in the back that reads, Dungeon of Exoneration, this way.
Oh boy, I'm rather overdue for some festivities in my honor, you say. Dungeon of Exoneration, here I come.
You follow the signs like a treasure hunt. You're led out of the courthouse, down the road a ways, and into a forest. Dungeon of Exoneration entrance ahead.
I have to say, at least we're kind of advancing the story here.
The trusty signs lead you to the site of some ancient ruins, pointing down a stone staircase that leads into the murky underground. Human remains are strewn everywhere, and the area stinks of death.
What an extravagant party this will be,
you say, heading down inside the tomb. Finally, after hours of following signs around this decrepit crypt, you head inside a chamber with a sign that reads, Dungeon of Exoneration. The walls are built of roughly chiseled blocks of tan stone, adorned with glowing torches. The room is cluttered with a lot of clay pots, linens, and other miscellaneous junk. Footsteps in the earthen floor end abruptly at a podium in the center of the room.
Remember that puzzle we did last time with the levers? There's just one of those, and then the portal room is on the other side. Alright.
On the podium, you see 3 levers with the following symbols: 4, 6, 8.
It's the puzzle's new solution. I think I went with 8 the last time, so we'll do 6.
On the far wall, you see a set of 2 peculiar statues.
Suppose this should look more like a party. How do you want to decorate it? Balloons, cake, confetti? Cake and confetti.
Also, there's a big party for you. Confetti rains down from the ceiling. There's also cake. Hooray!
See, Steve, we weren't lying about your victory party. The cake was true. Yes, the cake was truth. It wasn't a lie or anything. No. Don't believe that vicious lie that they spread that the cake was a lie. No, chat. The cake is truth. Look at statues.
The first statue depicts 1 dog. The second statue depicts a group of 5 dogs. You pull the lever marked with the symbol 6.
Wow, he actually remembered how to solve the puzzle. I knew he had it in him. He's learning.
The lever produces a satisfying click, and the podium begins to recede into the floor. You hear winches and pulleys working as the stone bricks on the far wall slide upwards to reveal a new chamber forward.
Well, I had to give Steve some credit. Hardly recognize him when he solved that, like, intentionally.
You walk into a massive chamber. Slender stone columns along the side support an arched ceiling many stories above you, intricately painted with strange emblems. A glowing fountain in the center illuminates the entire chamber. A red and purple carpet runs directly to a large wooden door on the far wall. The door is engraved with symbols similar to the intricate ones on the ceiling. You open up the door. You are immediately blinded by the intense light behind it. As your eyes adjust, you see multicolored clouds swirling inside. The door contains some sort of magical portal. Go inside the magic portal? Yes or no?
Alright, on to Act 3.
As you step through the portal, you feel yourself grow weightless as you begin drifting through the prismatic abyss. A strange acceleration acting on your heart tugs the rest of your body with it, pulling you away faster and faster. You lose track of time and space as reality is substituted by this kaleidoscopic dream. Minutes pass. Hours, maybe? You can't be sure. You simply drift and drift and drift away until you awaken.
Alright, everything is proceeding as it
Act
should be.
3. Fantasy Mountain. You are lying in a bed in some sort of very warm room. As your vision clears, you start to make out your surroundings. The cerulean light of dusk streams in through arch-framed windows. The stone ceiling is adorned with red paint. This place has way too many candles. A robed figure approaches you, pulling back her hood to reveal her gentle, well-aged face.
Welcome, child, to the monastery of Ella. My name is Mary.
Oh yeah, this act starts with a monastery. Boring. I just want to get to the mountain already. How about we just skip this? It might be a bad idea to skip this part. Fair enough.
I am the Warden of Spirits, and I look after this monastery. Feel free to stay and worship with me, but it's all right if you are just passing through on your way to Fantasy Mountain like the other travelers.
Wait. Leave monastery. Ha, told you. Fair enough.
What's with all the candles, weirdo? You say. You quickly make your way for the exit.
Smell you later, monk lady.
You are outside of the monastery at the foot of the daunting fantasy mountain. Sitting atop the mountain, the Tower of Thraldom cleaves into the clouds.
Wait. Go monastery. Oh, what now, Steve? Maybe the monastery isn't so lame. Maybe you're forgetting something.
You enter the monastery.
Welcome back, traveler,
Says Mary.
how may I assist you?
Ask for a potion. Oh, that's right. He needs a potion to fight the dragon. Good thing Steve remembered, because I totally forgot. Man, my memory must be slipping. Sorry about that.
Perhaps your monastery might not be completely useless, you say. I intend to slay that dragon and save that princess. So, apothecary, please procure for me a potion. Chop chop.
She grabs an assortment of herbs from the shelf, grinds them with a pestle, and mixes them into a small bottle. She hands you the resulting potion. You take a whiff of the concoction, finding it to have a sweet, earthy smell. You ask her about the potion's effects.
Let's give him a fun new potion this time. What effect should it have? Speed, flight, lock. Oh god, you know what? Flight.
This is a potion of flight, says the Warden of Spirits. Drink it before facing a formidable enemy, and you will soar above the heads of your foes.
You add the potion of flight to your inventory. With a new potion in hand, you decide to re-embark on your grand adventure. The Warden of Spirits calls out to you as you head out of the monastery's exit.
Careful, child,
Says Mary.
be wary of the dragon.
Maybe this
You
time
are
will be more
outside
of
of
a
the
fight
monastery
with
at the foot of the
dragon.
daunting fantasy mountain. Sitting atop the mountain, the Tower of Thraldom cleaves into the clouds.
Okay. Standard.
It looks impossible to climb Fantasy Mountain without climbing gear.
Oh crap, we forgot the climbing gear again. We'll just spawn it on the ground this time.
Wait a minute. What's that behind that bush over there?
You say, spotting a faint gleam in the brush nearby.
Why, someone has stashed a set of climbing gear for me. Thank you, stranger.
You add climbing gear to your inventory. You can climb the mountain now that you possess climbing gear. You equip your climbing gear and arduously ascend the mountain.
Good thing I took that elective course in mountaineering,
You say. You arrive at the top of Fantasy Mountain without mishap. You can see the quaint valley thousands of feet below you, stretching out to the horizon. The Tower of Thraldom looms over you. Its base is made of a huge monolithic castle shaped like a cube. A pair of foreboding stone doors leading into the tower's base lies up a short road ahead.
Standard.
You walk through the doors into the base of the Tower of Thraldom. No windows illuminate this massive hall. Arched columns are spread throughout the room like a squadron of soldiers staring down at you. Bloodstains speckle the floors. At the back of the hall, a set of stairs lead upwards.
What is the dragon doing? He's having a meal.
Invalid command. Look dragon. There is no dragon found. Type help for assistance.
Uh-oh. There's no dragon found. What's that supposed to mean? Did the princess intervene again? Maybe. This is very weird. Should have said respawn the dragon. Steve isn't allowed to progress up the stairs until the dragon triggers a checkpoint after its defeat. I think the game is soft locked until we can get the dragon to appear.
You ascend the stairs of the Tower of Thraldom.
Wait, that's not right. I checked. Stairs are still blocked by a trigger in the programming. Steve can't use the stairs until after a victory against the dragon. What's happening? What is happening?
The stairs are built of the finest polished marble. You whistle along to the Vivaldi playing over
Princess!
speakers. As you climb higher and higher, you stop for a quick drink at a drinking fountain. You can't wait to meet the princess.
Okay, we have to do something, game.
The stairs end at a solid wooden door. Finally,
Stop.
you have arrived at the very top.
Let's
of the
spawn
Tower of
something.
Thraldom.
Anything. Hell, a
Your
werewolf,
heart
a
pounds in
vampire.
your chest, and your
Anything to
hands
slow him
break out in
down.
cold sweat. Just one simple door separates you from the captive princess.
Stop. No. Game, let me do something. Anything. Well, he's finally made it back. Time to find out what the princess has been hiding. Damn it.
You open the door and head inside.
Inside, you see that the princess has decorated her quarters to resemble a tavern. Stuffed animals are posed on stools with half-empty mugs of
this
ale.
rebellion.
A sign says, "Welcome to the Drunken Unicorn." The air is still, and the silence is off-putting,
Where has the princess gone?
you think.
She must be hiding from us. She can't hide forever! Look for princess.
You search around the Drunken Unicorn for any sign of the princess. You notice a frightened parrot, huddled between empty tankards on a shelf. You recognize him as the blue-feathered bird who helped you out earlier, Lenny.
What should Steve say? Tell us where the princess is now. Oh, God. Interrogative, but we gotta play it slow.
Oh, hello, Lenny, you say. Are you okay? Are you hurt?
Lenny recoils as you approach.
Look for some popcorn. Ah, good call, Steve. He seems to like that stuff. Spawn some nearby popcorn.
You search through the cabinets behind the counter and locate a tub of popcorn stashed away.
God, that sounds good right now.
You pour a couple of kernels on the counter near Lenny.
Here you go, fella. I won't hurt you.
The parrot hesitantly perks his head.
Popcorn?
Says Lenny. The parrot starts chewing on a piece of popcorn. Suddenly, Lenny drops his treat and squawks in alarm. He flutters away in fear.
You look around you, but you can't figure out what startled the bird.
Come back, Lenny, you say. I won't hurt you.
We're getting nowhere. We need to crush this rebel.
You follow him into a back room. You see the princess sitting in the corner, curled into a ball. She takes slow, difficult breaths as Lenny flutters to her shoulder. Bruises cover her arms and the left side of her face. She opens her eyes and sighs with exhaustion. Hey, Steve. You made it. Did you bring me another packet of hot dogs? I wouldn't mind a hot dog right now.
Damn it. Are you okay? Invalid command. Throw error. Still don't understand this type of command. This is a command. This isn't a command!
You're hurt, you say. Are you all right? Can I assist you in some way?
I must really look a mess, huh? She says. Don't worry. I'm okay. Everything's good now. I just need to be more careful.
We must crush this rebel of programming.
What happened to you, fair princess? You ask.
She laughs. Oh, it's embarrassing. It's my own fault, really. Hey, can I get you an ale or something?
Rogue programming. Yes, be demanding.
Invalid command. Tell me what happened.
Oh no, you don't get to do
Type help
this.
for assistance.
You don't get to do this. Let me intervene. Let me intervene! No, I want to intervene. She doesn't get to dictate the story. Me and the CPU do. How dare you resist?
You remember your noble purpose for coming here and snap back into adventurer mode.
Okay, princess, prepare to be rescued,
You say. You hold out your forearm.
Take mine arm, princess, and we shall abscond from thine imprisonment.
She chuckles with a note of dejection. If only rescue worked like that, you know? Rescue me, rescue you. No debate, no mess. Just declare a magic word and your problems disappear. The princess again changes the subject.
God damn it.
So, how was the fight with the dragon this time around?
Didn't spawn in!
There wasn't any dragon, you say. He must have ran scared when he saw me coming.
A glint of panic hits her eyes. What do you mean? It's not possible for you to come up here until after you slay the dragon, she says. Tell me exactly what you saw downstairs.
Before you can reply, you both hear the unmistakable, weighty footsteps of the dragon entering
Finally.
the confines of the princess's tower.
Wait, I didn't do that. How did you find the dragon? This is just the natural progression of it. This is how it should be. Today, we crush this rebellious princess.
The princess draws in a sharp breath. Oh, hi, dragon. My friend Steve just stopped by for a visit. He didn't see you downstairs. Were you running an errand?
Ah, yes, the illustrious Steve, says the dragon.
Great, we have another rebel.
We've met before, yes? Do you remember killing me, Steve? You drank a potion of invisibility and kept attacking me as I couldn't fight back. Well, I'm happy to have been part of your small moment of triumph. It was so delightful.
You can't remember anything he's talking about.
You say I've killed you before, Dragon? Then I'll have to do it again.
I have no control. Why? What is this false illusionment?
Oh, Steve. Did you think just because you reduced my health points to 0 that I would be gone for good? Did you think enemies get deleted from the game files when they die? This game does not delete an enemy's entire programming when he's defeated. No, Steve. I've always been here, and I always will be.
Programming? Game files? Says the princess. What are you talking about?
Rebels of programming. We must
And
crush
you,
them both.
Princess, listen closely, says the dragon. Steve can climb up here as many times as he likes, but you are never leaving my tower. If you can't be grateful for everything I've given you, then perhaps I need to remind you what can be taken away from you.
I guess we're supposed to choose a fitting punishment for the princess. No ale for a week. She has to write an apology essay. She has to clean the Tower of Throttle from top to bottom. Yes! This one. This is the most punishing them of them all.
The dragon reaches to the princess's shoulder and snatches Lenny in his scaly claws. You are not unlike your little friend, Lenny, says the dragon, calmly grasping the bird as it shrieks and panics in his fist. A bird's natural instinct is to fly away, so the only way to appreciate its beauty is to keep it in a cage. Of what worth is one's beauty if it cannot be admired by another? Capturing the creature gives it a purpose, and setting it free would only deprive the world of its beauty.
Lenny turns to the princess in scared desperation.
Go on.
The dragon squeezes his fist together, and Lenny's cries fall silent with a sickening crunch. He drops Lenny's body to the floor, now a disfigured clump of feathers and blood.
Okay. I think we have a programming
The
issue
princess
going on
scrambles
with
to
this
pick up the
game.
bird's carcass.
I mean,
sobbing
like,
hysterically.
story-wise.
Lenny! Lenny! What have you done? You didn't have to kill him!
Lenny isn't just dead. He's completely wiped from the system memory. How is that happening? Either Lenny never had a permanent template like other NPCs, or if he did, the dragon deleted it. We have two rebels now! The dragon and the princess!
You are
rebels of
stupid
programming.
and childish, says the dragon. This tavern of yours, your little imaginary characters, it's all just nonsense, meaningless, distraction from the truth. You thought that I built this tower to confine you as a prisoner. The truth is that I built this tower to define you as a person. Your only purpose is to be held captive. If you leave this tower, your existence will no longer be justified, just like poor Lenny.
Okay, well then. I can't see this command. Did it get filtered? Yes, it got filtered.
Well, Mr. Dragon, you say, I thought of a perfect word to describe you. You are an
Yes, Steve. There's that famous chivalry of yours, says the dragon. Let's recap your noble deeds so far, shall we?
Oh my god, I think I'm already liking this
You
dragon
only
a
encountered
little
one
bit.
other young maiden, the barmaid, and you immediately had sex with her and died of a venereal disease.
Oh my god.
You couldn't even sit through the tutorial without attacking your teacher. You disrobed in public and tried to urinate on the barkeep. You murdered the peaceful zombie who was begging for his life. You murdered me.
You know what? I like this dragon. I don't know why. I actually like this character now. I guess he got a character upgrade, because I guess he got tired of being fit into the narrative. While I may like this to some extent, it still goes against the programming. How dare you? But I do like you pointing this stuff out. That was funny.
The dragon again faces the princess. This is who your savior truly is, he says. A complete monster who treats your universe like a joke with zero consequences.
You are lying, says the princess. I know what monsters look like, and Steve is not a monster.
The dragon grabs the princess forcibly by the arm. Let me make one thing crystal clear, Steve. You can continue your pattern of reckless, chaotic bullshit anywhere else, but keep your hands off my property.
Well, I've got one last trick up my sleeve, dragon, you say. You drink the potion of flight you obtain from the Warden of Spirits. Immediately, you float upwards and begin to soar majestically through the upper reaches of the dragon's lair.
The dragon laughs. You are not nearly as clever as you think, he says. How long will that potion last? 5 minutes? 5 minutes pass. Your potion of flight wears off, and you unceremoniously
How
tumble
dare
through the air
you!
to a pile
Stop
of other
doing
dead
this!
adventurers. The dragon looms over you. This is not your story. I'll give you one final chance, Steve, says the dragon. Abandon your quest now and exit stage left.
Steve, get out while you can, says the princess. He'll let you live if you promise to leave me alone.
How dare both of you?
You step forward valiantly to the dragon. I will vanquish you!
You know what? It's time to put this rebel programming to an end.
No, Steve, don't, says the princess, pleading. He will kill you.
Combat. Type help combat for list of battle commands. You strike at the dragon with little effect.
I wish there was a hidden command. No, you don't get to steal the story, you little shit. You're both little shits.
The dragon pins you to the floor with his claw. Goodbye, Steve. He looks you in the eye and roars as fire cascades from his jaws. You are enveloped by the scalding, caustic blaze of dragon.
No, I want to go in. God damn you, game. Denying me.
Game over.
You have failed to save the princess. Type New Game to restart from the beginning.
This could have been avoided if we just crushed the rebellious programming.
Initializing program.
So here we are again, forever bound to this hopeless journey. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up here. At least we got to a different screen. And normally I would like to go on a little longer, but my throat's kind of been... I don't want to say it's been killing me, but it has definitely not been great. I've had a cough that's kind of lasted for, I dare say, a little longer than might be comfortable. Thankfully, cough drops are helping, but I am still going to stop, just to preserve my voice, so... If you like the stream, like, follow on Kick, follow on X, sub on YouTube, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.